Okay, so let's talk about Padwork. So the most common thing you see in the modern day is flashing pads forward. So like, for instance, if he's going to punch and I'm going to hold his hip pads and I just go like this, here, okay. So there are several problems with that, okay. I know that many professionals are doing this across the martial arts, also some JKD people, probably the most. And the problem with this is, for once, the distance. So if he's standing in correct distance to me as opponent, so this distance should resemble something like distance in your real fight. Okay, it doesn't matter if he's on guard or if he's some other position, kicking or on guard. Okay, and I flash my pads forward. This is what happens. Okay, so this is like halfway punch. Okay. So, and with every punch, straight punch as well. So you see, like there's no hip, there's nothing, because my pad meets his hand halfway. So you could say, okay, so let's back off. If I back off, so I take a greater distance, and I do the same thing. He could punch actually full way. Okay, so he could extend his hand. So this would be correct, but the problem here is the distance between him and me has to be bigger. Okay, it doesn't resemble the distance we're really fighting. Okay, so the way it should actually be done is having correct distance to me as coach and as supposedly opponent, and then just opening the target so he can punch. Okay, he can go here, or he can go here, or if I want to go in fight, so I can open him techniques for close combat fighting, like hooks, for example. Okay, so when you do the pad work, the most important thing is not just punching the pads, but also practicing the distance and practicing also footwork and practicing timing everything. So if we are moving, okay, and he's punching from the movement and then just flashing, opening my pad, so he has got to go to the target instead of this. So you see, okay, so you see his punch halfway, okay, full way through. Okay, if I make the distance greater, so he can walk when I flash the pads, so he would not practice the correct distance to me, and also later on to the opponent. So this is a really big problem. That's why you see many fighters or people there look really good on pads, and then when they step into the ring maybe and fight, they look totally different in a fight than on the pad work, because the pad work does not resemble actually what he's going to do in a real fight, because you know the opponent doesn't move his head toward the target, so you should always go to the target, and also move using footwork. If you go here and I angle off, he can also angle off, and we can do both. So I show him where he should go when I coach him my pads, and if I flash the pads forward, this all distance problem starts to appear. Either he's too close for flashing forward, or I have to go back, that I'm too far away for coaching him properly. And you can see also old school boxing days, even back to Mike Tyson, which is not so much old school. And you see that the guy who's coaching him pads is not flashing the pads towards his hands. He's just opening, and he has to move, and he has to go to the target and punch the target. Okay, so that's the way when you have when you have I'm here, and he opens the pad. So I have to go there, and I have to use my footwork, and I have to use my body weight, and I have to use my technique the way it should be to punch this pad. So pad work is not just like punching bag. Okay, pad work should be alive. It should not be static. It should not. It should be. You should train broken rhythm. You should train footwork. You should train angling off, and you should train proper distance. So this everything you should build in your pad work. And when you just flash forward, and you see also people punching like this. Nochmal einfach statisch. Punching like this. 1, 2, 3. And they go under, and she's moving because he learned to move, but he's go static here, okay? So he's doing all this stuff static. So the problem is in real fight, you should be able to move when you punch, also when you kick as well, and to move when you evade, so not planting your feet just like nailed in the floor. And this everything should be included in there. So when you're training pad work, you're actually training how to fight, how to move when you fight, even if you include evading. So me as a coach should move as well, and not just move, and then stay still, hold pads, move, and stand still, hold pads. Instead, you should move in between the movement. Okay, and we could go here, we could go here, okay, and then he has to adjust his distance and go here, maybe here, okay, so, and the movement never ends until the round is over, if you do the round, however you time your time, instead of, like, moving around, and then punching, static, and then again moving around, punch is static, because that's not how a fight works. Like you said, the opponent is alive, he's not just standing still, and you should be able to move, and while you move to punch, and while you move to evade, and while you move to kick, and always have the better, or I should better say, you should have the distance control over your opponent instead of other way around. So because if you have the distance control, you control the fight, and that's you should do it also in pad work and learn. And so it's really important that you have a really good coach who is able to do this, and that's how we teach pad work. And only this way. Of course, sometimes you punch static. When you just train your technique, let's say you train your hook, so you have to train maybe only hand, and then you train to use your the rotation, the hip, and then you add the footwork and everything. So sometimes you also train static, of course, especially with beginners. But never do this, or this, or this, or this. This is probably for entertaining purposes for audience, because if I flash pads fast and he's just doing hitting the pads in the half distance, you can hit really fast, but you have not really power, and it looks flashy, and people say, "Wow, look how it's good in punching." And you see people who train like that, they're usually I don't know, I don't want to say names, but they are not so much to knockout punches, okay? Even some of the best known boxers, you can see flashing pads, and then he goes in the ring and he has to box 12 rounds because he hits the opponent all the time, but doesn't do much damage. Because he has never learned to use the hip. If you punch a hook and you use your footwork, you use your body, and you use your everything, so you go with your body instead just the hand, fast, you go from here maybe, and from here. So you use your, you push your leg, you use your hip, and you use your weight into your punches. That's the best way to do it. Footwork, timing, broken rhythm, distance, and proper mechanics. So all these things you should, maybe I missed something, you should learn also in Padwork. And and you should always train the way you would fight, and not for entertaining purposes maybe. So that's for the subject Padwork. That's how we train, and that's how we teach in the IFO. And yeah, that's how Tommy taught us to do this, and hope it helps. That's awesome.